Good morning, Ernie. My name is Jessica Peterson, and earlier today I spoke with your team and they accepted this video on your behalf. And I'm super excited they did because today I'm going to show you 3 tips you can start applying right away, and it's going to make a huge impact on your business. And I know this because I have applied these exact 3 strategies with over 50 other restoration businesses just like you across the US, and it's made a huge impact. I'm not just talking about a couple new jobs here and there. I'm talking about goals reached, okay? And so I know this could be huge for you guys as well. And I know you're probably wondering why I do this video or what's in it for me. And those are really fair questions. And the answer is I am really passionate about what you guys do. You guys are out in your community every single day helping people get their lives back. And for me, that is everything. And so if I can just do this little video and provide 3 tips that are going to help you to not only bring in more jobs, reach your goals, but help more people, like that is everything to me. So whether you take this information I give you and you run with it and you start helping more people, or whether you decide you want to partner with us to help you achieve these goals, either way, it doesn't matter. As long as you're applying these tips and making that difference, okay? So today we're talking 3 things. We're talking content, citations, and backlinks. So now you guys have a really nice looking website. I like the call to actions, the click to calls. But despite it looking really nice, Google doesn't really care when it comes to ranking your website. What Google cares about is content. Content is key, and you need a ton of content. And when I'm talking content, that comes in many forms. It can be images. Let's see if we can find one here. There's an image here. Can I click on it? Yes. Okay. So we want to make sure all of our images are saved with local keywords. We have water damage, restoration, repair, Los Angeles. Okay, cool. So that is good. So we want to make sure all of your images throughout your entire website are saved with your local keywords, and that alt text has those local keywords as well. In addition to photos and videos, it also is your written content. Like I said, content is key, and you need a lot of it. What's this? Oh, those are just areas. Okay. So you need a lot of written content as well, because what Google is doing is Google sends crawlers to your website, which are like little mini computers that crawl every single website. They look through all of these pages, all of your images and written content to try and understand who you are. What is your business about? What do you guys offer? Where do you guys do these services? So when your website content doesn't properly display that information, when you're not actually going after the local keywords here, like this is very general, there are no local keywords on this page. So by not doing that, Google has no idea who you are. And if they don't know who you are, how can they possibly send you customers, right? So it's really important that you work on your content and keyword strategy. Your homepage needs at least 1,500 words or more of content focused around those local buyer intent keywords. Because most people in an emergency will not know your business name, so that's not what they're searching. They're searching using keywords. So your website needs to be rich in those keywords and content built around them. So your homepage is the most important page of your website. It needs at least 1,500 words or more. And if your competitors have 1,500 words, you need to shoot for like 18. So we always got to be doing better than they're doing. Now, if we look at the top ranked website for water damage in Los Angeles, we have ServPro. And yes, ServPro is a franchise, but you're not actually competing against the entire franchise, just the locations in your service area. And you do actually have an advantage. So these guys are actually very beatable. These guys just get these generic pages, and they're not really allowed to do many modifications, so they can't write their content around their own keyword strategy and their own goals. They're kind of stuck with what they got. So you guys can do better. You can make sure that you have more content, more images, that your content is better written, and that you really have your keywords dialed in, okay? And once you do all those things, these guys are very, very beatable for you guys. I am so sorry about that. So when we talk content, it's not just content on your website that matters. It's all the content you guys are pushing out online. So that includes social media pages, your Google business profile. So if none of those have those keywords targeting really information about your businesses, Google has nothing to understand what you're about. So there's no way they can send you customers. Now we know most customers are going to start with a Google search like this. And so you really want your business to show up when people do those searches. And there's 3 different areas that a business can have good positioning in. The first is always going to be your ads section. Those are your Google ads, local service ads, and this can actually be a really good option for some businesses. As long as you have your foundation dialed in, your landing pages and everything are great. If not, it becomes a huge money pit. And so if you don't have those dialed in yet, then we should focus on the other strategies, okay? And so this next section here, this is the Google Map Pack. This is the top 3. This is where you want your Google business profile to show up for each of those services you offer with those keywords in your area, because 30% of people come straight here and don't go anywhere else. So when you're not one of these top 3, you're leaving tons of money on the table and handing those jobs to your competition. Now, there are several factors that come into play for ranking, but the biggest one is citations. And that is simply the name of the business, the address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories. Directories are like Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, Yelp, and Glassdoor, and even your social media pages are citations. So you need a lot of those citations. You need more than all of these competitors. And all of those citations each send signals to Google. And it tells Google who you are, what you offer, and where you offer it. So those citations are really critical for your business. And then this third section here, this is your organic section. This is arguably the most important because 60 to 70% of people come straight here. They'll skip the ads and the maps and drop down here. So you need your business to show up for each of your services when they put those keywords in there. And so if your business isn't here, then it all comes back to your website. So having your website properly designed and optimized with that content and keyword strategy, and then supported with your backlink SEO, which brings us to backlinks. This is a program called Ahrefs. It tells us how your website performs. We can see you have a rating of a 0.2 out of 100 in Google's Trust Flow, meaning Google does not trust your website. And that is partially because of the content on your website, but more so the power you're sending to your website. Like everything in life, you need power for something to run. I am sorry. So in order for your website to run, we need backlinks. We need a lot of backlinks. We need more backlinks than your competitors are doing. And it's important to understand that not all backlinks are good backlinks. You want only the good do-follow backlinks that are most related to your business and the services you offer. So it could be from other local service businesses, vendors, etc. If you got one from Pizza Hut, you guys don't sell pizza, so it actually would hurt you. It won't help you. So you have to go after those good quality backlinks so we can get this power up. And with that power becomes your authority. Google starts to trust you and promotes your website so people can find you, and it will help your keywords rank. And if we look over here, you have actually been indexed for 140 keywords, but you don't have you only have 34 people on average to your website per month. So you're missing out on tons of opportunity here. Now, if we actually look at your keywords, you are only ranking for two. You're only ranking for two keywords. One is your brand, and this one you're ranking in Russia, not America. So you need to be ranking for water damage Los Angeles in America. So you do have some keywords that are starting to approach the first page, but they're not there yet. So if we were to look at just water damage in Los Angeles and just these couple variations of keywords here, there's over 1,000 searches every single month for just this one service. So if your website was actually optimized for this and ranking, you guys could have a ton of traffic. Even if it was 10%, that'd be an extra 100 people to your website every month. And then if you took this strategy even further and applied it to all your services for every location, just imagine how much potential traffic you would have to your website. I mean, that could be an extra 10, 20 or more jobs per month. I know that would make a significant impact for you. Now, if we look at ServPro, we're actually not competing against their entire website. We're competing against this location, and they got a pretty low score as well. But because this website has so much power, it's able to help give this location the boost to actually drive traffic. So they've only been indexed for 59 keywords compared to your 140, and yet you have 34 in traffic and they got over 700 because they're actually on the first page of Google for all these big money keywords. Okay, so yes, these guys are beatable, but you have to apply the strategies that I've just shown you. Now, if you apply all three of these strategies, your content, citations, and backlinks, you guys have a huge opportunity to not even be more competitive, but even possibly dominate for these services in some of your areas. Now, if you have any or before I get there, you are more than welcome to take all this information that I provided you starting today and run with it. But at Peterson SEO, this is our specialty. This is what we do very well. And we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So if you'd like to partner with us, or if you have any questions, you'd like to get on our calendar, go ahead and reply to my email or give us a call. We'd be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.